Alright, so for the any percent run, your only goal is to beat Milky Way Wishes. Because that's the end of the credits of the game, and you've considered to beat the game. But you need to unlock Milky Way first, and in order to do that, you have to beat Dyna Blade, Break Cave Offensive, and Meta Knight, in any order you want. In order to unlock Meta Knight, you have to beat Dyna Blade. And in order to unlock Milky Way, you have to get them all three of them completed. You can do Great Cave whenever you want, really. I suggest that you start with Dyna Blade because it starts with a mix, which, if you don't know what mixes are, I do have a tutorial on my channel. I'll probably link it in the description so that way it's easier to get to. But basically, you're just gonna get these two enemies close to each other, and then time a button press to get Jet. That's wheel. Okay, so when you get Jet, you're gonna do this. You're gonna jump and press Y, go up on here, do a dash off those blocks, that way you can start a jet string, and just string all the way over it. You want to kill that Sir Kibble, otherwise he'll kill you. So you do a full charge on those blocks because you can, and then immediately when you're done with the full charge, when it's all complete, you just double tap dash to the right, hold up. Even if the Waddle Doo walks in front of the door, you'll be fine, because your invulnerability will stay before he gets in the way. So this room's tricky. You're going to use some weird jet mechanics. For example, if you want to clip onto a ladder with Jet, you have to do a double tap dash, and then just hold up on it. And that does not work with a semi-charge, so just go right through. So here's how the room goes pretty much. And this room can be very tricky until you know what you're doing and you've done it a bunch of times. Alright, there's two things you can do here. If you're not comfortable with mini-boss killing, you can just go up here, take the candy, sort of walk on over, and just get to the mini-boss. And then exit the stage. I'm not really comfortable with that strat, so that was messy. Like, the other way to do this room is to just follow this line. This one saves about a second over picking candy. Start charging there, and then do a mini-boss quick kill. And the way the mini-boss quick kills work is that pretty much the mini-bosses have a weak point at the end of their hitbox, or the bottom of their hitbox. And if you do a super jump up into them, they will die instantly. And you saw in the cannon there, you kind of want to get rid of it as soon as possible. That way it's just faster. So this stage you just sort of go. Pretty much basic jet stringing throughout the whole thing. Wasn't sure what to do there. Usually, I personally skip this auto-scroller, but I highly suggest that you take it if you don't know how to do mixes well, because you have to do 2 mixes, or at least 1, if you want to skip this auto-scroller. And it only saves about 15 seconds, so not useful until you're really comfortable with the game. Another thing to note about this game is that in auto-scrollers you can do pretty much whatever you want as long as you don't lag the game out. So here, you just jet twice over, and then you start a jet string in the next room. Messing this jet string up can be bad, just like that, because your positioning gets out terribly and all the enemies are in weird spots. But you should be able to recover Jet pretty easily. And here comes the first mini-boss skip. So you're going to charge up, dash, super jump, and do a jet string above the screen. And that'll avoid the trigger for a mini-boss, letting you skip them. Again, fire the cannon as quickly as possible. That way you can, just get it done early. So, Dyna 3 You're gonna start the stage just mashing Y, and then do a dash jet over the Knuckle Joe. And this room can be tricky. Pretty much you just want to avoid getting hit as much as possible. Once again, you're using invulnerability there for getting through enemies. You use it again there. Get through that stone guy. You don't get hit there, you just keep a jet string going. But, whatever. And in this stage, you want to do grounded jet strings as much as you can, because it's just faster than sliding. You do want to slide off every edge, because that'll get you to maximum downward velocity quicker. I accidentally did the hard strat. So, what you actually want to do in this stage is charge here, and then start a jet string there. 2 grounded jets, and get on here. Then you just exit with a jet string that's kind of low to the ground. You should be fine. And then you mash up the ladder. If you hold up and just mash B, you'll go up the ladder much faster than if you just hold up, I guess. Here is another mini boss skip. One's a little bit harder than the last one since you have to go further, but it's really not too hard as compared to other stuff. So one thing to note in this game, you can just hold the button down anytime you want to enter a stage. The only real, I guess, exception to that would be Spring Breeze. So in this stage, what you want to do is not that. So, Dyna 4, you start in the air. You want to hold it right the whole time there. That'll get you to about that position. And you need to get some really good jumps to not get hit in that situation. You can super jump above it all if you really want to, but I never did it, so you should be fine without doing it. When you enter this room, you want to start charging immediately and go to the left. That way you can pick up the invincibility candy. There is another route to this room that was recently implemented. However, I don't believe in it. Especially not if you're new to the game. So your invincibility candy should keep you up to about this point. After which you can start getting your power stolen by these guys. And it's not fun. But you just gotta kill them and you'll get it back. So what you do is when you go here, you just hug the ceiling. The cast should never get you if you hug the ceiling. Gonna clip onto this ladder, clip onto this ladder, and time for the big mini boss skip. So you're gonna charge up and just do a string above the screen. It's kind of long string. It might take a little bit to get used to, but once you're fully capable of using jet, it's not too hard. So entering this room, you mash Y and then just sort of jet on over to the right. Pick up the star and you'll enter the Dyna Blade fight. Pretty much what you're gonna do is position yourself in the center and go straight up to the top, and you're gonna charge and turn yourself both ways. Next you're gonna pick up the star with a suplex. It's extremely difficult to do that. Hit him with the full charge blue balls, and then just semi-charge right into him and he'll die. So, the blue balls of the charge jet do significantly more than just hitting him with a charge jet. It's about twice as much damage. Plus it positions you better for the semi-charge. If you're gonna wanna practice that fight, I suggest that you really get used to picking up the stars that Dyna Blade creates, because that's probably the hardest part of the whole fight. Another thing to note is that Dyna Blade can just swoop after you're done killing her, and then you just lose time, but it's not really enough unless you're going for a world record to be significant.